Controversial YouTube personality and influencer Kevin Samuels has died in Atlanta. Really? Coming up next. Welcome to another edition of Rewind. Before we go any further, we're going to take care of some housekeeping. I want you to hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. News and views happening within the week. Rewind with Tommy Handsome. Let's get right to it. The county medical examiner's office confirmed Kevin Samuels' death on Friday afternoon. Samuels had more than 1.4 million subscribers on YouTube, where he gave hot takes on dating and relationships. He recently sparked controversy by calling unmarried women over 35 leftovers. Atlanta police said they were called on an apartment on Paces Ferry Road Thursday morning. Police said that a woman who was with Samuels and she came to his apartment and spent the night. In the morning, he complained of chest pains. The woman told police that as she tried to help him, he fell on top of her. She called 911, also asked the front desk for a defibrillator because she was a nurse. This was a woman that they met allegedly the day before, spent the night, and in the morning, he wakes up complaining of chest pains, then collapsed, later on was pronounced dead at the hospital. The popular YouTube, who sparked controversy for his self-proclaimed relationship expertise and allegation of misogynistic statements, died on Thursday, his mother confirmed to NBC News. Samuels, who was reportedly 56 years old, some say 53, some say 57, was staying with a woman when he started to have chest pain. The woman told police, according to an incident report from the Atlanta Police Department. The woman said that he fell on top of her and she called 911. The woman is supposedly a nurse, an RN, which was confirmed. Officials attempted CPR at the scene, but Samuels was unresponsive, according to police. It's a terrible thing that his mom found out about her son's death through social media posts. She found out through social media that her son had passed away because many people were sending hate tweets and hate mail throughout the incident that happened of her son's death. I think that's a terrible thing that when a man dies, he was very controversial. I get it. You didn't like what he said. You didn't like the way he treated black women. He was a little raw, a little abrupt, a little brass, but you got to realize one thing. That was his style. But just because you didn't like his style doesn't mean you have to send out hate tweets all over the internet. And that's the way his mom found out about her son's death. Kevin Samuels blew up through the internet with this one video. The video was your average at best. When that video was posted, Kevin Samuels' popularity rocketed through the roof because this man has changed the scope and the focus of YouTube. He became an image consultant and then a relationships supposedly expert, and people, especially black women, couldn't deal with the truth that he was saying. He would say to women, what's your height? What's your weight? What's your dress size? And then he will evaluate why these women were not getting high value men. High value men, according to Kevin Samuels, a man that makes over 120 grand a year, someone who has this position for at least 5 years, they couldn't be an athlete or a celebrity, a singer, a rapper, so on and so forth. A lot of these women will call on the show trying to find out how to get this type of man. But if you look a certain way, a certain height, if you're a little bit obese, you were not getting these high profile men. And he would tell these women this over and over again. But a lot of women discredit what he was saying. A lot of women saying that he was brass, abrupt, sometimes rude. But once again, That was his demeanor. That was his delivery. Whether you liked it or don't like it, that's the way he was. And people couldn't deal with it, especially black women. And a lot of times black women couldn't deal with the truth. Now, I didn't agree with everything he said, but am I supposed to agree with everything? But a lot of things he said was true. If you are 5'2" and you're a dress size 26, more than likely you wasn't going to get the type of man that you wanted. So a lot of times he would tell him up front, look at your weight, look at your height. You can't do anything about your height, but you can do something about your weight. If you are a size 26, what are the chances are you going to get a man that makes over 120 grand, 150 grand, 200 grand? Look at men that are high profile. Look at Jeff Bezos. Not a great looking guy. Have you seen his wife? Ex-wife now, but have you seen a look at her? Have you taken a look at her? Donald Trump. You can say he's a high value man. Have you ever seen him with a woman that looks like Roseanne Barr? Rosie O'Donnell? No, notice how these high-profile men, they go after a certain type of woman. And if you're 5'2", 5'3", and you weigh more than a linebacker, he will be honest with you. More than likely, you're not going to attract these type of men. So a lot of these black women, they try to be the man and the woman. You can't be both. When you flip a coin, you get heads or tails. You don't get both. A lot of black women try to be both. A lot of these black women are boss chicks. If you're a boss chick and you're not submissive, you're not going to get these high profile men. A lot of these women, they make six figures. They have these high end degrees. Men that are high profile, they don't care about your money. They don't care about your degree because the money and the degree is not going to get you that ring. And that's all he was saying. And that was all he was spewing. Whether you agree with him or don't agree with him, a lot of you women are still single. You're chasing the bag, but you can't get yourself a man. And that's all he was saying. And a lot of times it came up abrupt. A lot of times it came up rude, but sometimes the truth hurts. And when the truth hurts, a lot of black women would just go after him, attack him like a pit bull. And you know what a pit bull, when they attack you, they don't let go. And a lot of these women didn't let go. So when we look at these tweets, a lot of people were celebrating his death, celebrating because the man that he claimed he was, and then he died at such an early age. Women were celebrating, saying, well, good for him. He got what he deserved. One thing you got to realize, don't play and don't clown when it comes to death. Death is something that you should not be clowning about. You should not be joking about. Because you got to remember one thing. He has a mother he left behind. He has a daughter that was left behind. He has family and friends. No one should have to go through this bereavement. A woman or a parent at that should not have to bury their child. And this is something that his mom had to do. So when you make these brash statements and these rude statements that are ungodly, and the man is dead, let him rest. Let him rest in peace and let it go. Tell me what you think about Kevin Samuels and tell me what you think about his untimely death in the comments below. You're watching Rewind.